Hello, my name is Olivia Leaving, and I'm here today in Vienna, Austria for the Austrian Tourism Days Conference 2022. I'm here with Michael Giggle, who is the Director of Austrian Tourism located in New York, and we're excited to discuss a little bit about how Austria has emerged from the pandemic, what new marketing and tourism initiatives are coming into play, and how generally we can move forward. So we're going to be discussing all of this and more today on Insider Travel Report. First of all, thank you so much for being here today, Michael. It's wonderful to be in Austria. And my first question, I'm sure lots of us are wondering how Austria has emerged from the pandemic and especially the lockdown.
Well, first of all, welcome to Vienna, and it's amazing to have you here, and hundreds of travel professionals from across the globe. And I think the most exciting news I can share is that just a couple of days ago, Austria has lifted all entry restrictions. So no more COVID test checks, no more vaccination checks. It's like the good old days, and I think that's just the most exciting part going into the summer travel season.
That's wonderful. And speaking to summer travel and travel going forwards, what has number of tourists from the U.S. been looking like? And where do you expect that to go?
Well, in 2019, before the pandemic, we welcomed over 800,000 American hotel arrivals. So these are numbers Americans checking in hotels, not including river cruise passengers, for example, which we don't count the same way. And for 2022, it's a little bit difficult to predict. The indications for the first few months are very positive that we are definitely on a path back to those numbers, although we probably won't reach them for the next year or so. But we're seeing definitely much more Americans on the streets of Vienna and the breakfast rooms of the hotels, and it's exciting to have them back.
Yes, I was exploring yesterday, and it felt like the city was back, which was wonderful. And speaking to future initiatives, what upcoming events and celebrations can travel advisors key in on for their clients?
Well, I think first and foremost, we are so excited that all these celebrations and events that we do every year, we can now enjoy fully again. I'm talking about the Salzburg Festival, for example, or the Bregenz Festival with its amazing performances of opera on the floating stage of Lake Constance, celebration of life in the city and the countryside. So I think just the things that we, took for granted just a couple of years ago, or having them back now, I think is wonderful. We have a couple of wonderful anniversaries. This year, for example, we're celebrating 125 years of one of Vienna's most famous landmarks, the Vienna Ferris wheel, which, by the way, is the only Ferris wheel still standing from that era around the globe. And next year we celebrate 300 years of Belvedere Palace, which, by the way, the Belvedere houses Austria's most famous painting, The Kiss by Gustav Klimt. So there's always some celebration to hone in on, but in general, I think you don't really need anniversaries to visit Austria. It's just such a beautiful place and beautiful country that gives a lot of reasons to come and visit.
It truly does. When I think of Austria in general, I think beautiful and musical. So it certainly is both. My last question for you is Austrian tourism focusing in on any key initiatives, such as, a new marketing initiative for upcoming travels?
Well, I think like other destinations as well, I think our tourism sector in Austria the last 2 years, took a close look and also took a bit of a pause. And going forward, I think we do want to make sure that tourism grows in a very sustainable way. I'll give you one example. Over 90% of Austrian hotels are still family run and family owned. So when we talk about economic sustainability, in Austria, the money really stays in the communities. So that's just one aspect. So we will be talking more about sustainability and about travel in a way that is truly future proof as well. And first and foremost, most travelers coming to Austria from the United States, they're interested in the arts, they're interested in our culture, in our history, and most certainly the beautiful landscapes of the Alps and the lakes and the mountain scenery. So we will be talking about all these aspects of Austria in a sort of a storytelling approach more and more. I think people want to dig a little little bit deeper. They really want to know why they're coming, and also, may learn about some things that they really didn't expect or didn't know. So we'll always, reference the past, but we always look forward towards the future.
Well, this makes me think, the hills are alive, a la The Sound of Music. So, and I can't wait to explore further. Yes, they still are, folks. All right. Well, thank you so much, Michael. And this is Olivia leaving for Insider Travel Report.